good to hear your voices here on my IFB this morning. We are driving along the shoreline here in Milford. Wanted to give you a look here on Platt Street, right near Point Beach. This is what you might be running into if you have to head to work this morning. Obviously, right now we are looking at a downed tree. This came from a significantly large tree. A couple of those branches snapped right off. And this is what you're going to be seeing, even if it's just a small branch in the roadway, maybe even some downed power lines. So we want you to be careful if you are heading out the door this morning. As far as the power outages here in Milford, right now we can feel the wind pick up at certain points. As you just heard Matt say, those strong gusty winds here on the shoreline is going to be the big problem. And we're seeing a lot of evidence of all this debris and even the leaves here on the ground as well, showing that that wind has picked up at certain points throughout the morning. So the outages, as I mentioned, in the last half hour have jumped from about 600 to now 1,100. So you got to be careful. As, obviously, people are waking up this morning, probably then making those phone calls to tell UI that they need to head out there and help them get the lights back on. Now, that may take several days, they tell us, because they're expecting to be dealing with a lot of outages today. The problem here in Milford along the shoreline will really come around 10:30 when that high tide hits. So if the high tide hits at the same time that we see strong gusty winds and even some rain coming down, that'll be a mix and a recipe for disaster, and we might see flooding in those flood-prone areas. Stick with us throughout the morning. Of course, we're going to be heading over to those flood-prone areas and give you a look at what it's looking like there. For now, though, please just take it easy and do give yourself that extra time as you're heading out the door. Even if you're not seeing that rain, those strong gusty winds can really pull the car a little bit, so drive slowly. You'll need it this morning. We're live here in Milford. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.